think this week was all about the battle royale in the two-wheeler space. The competition is heating up.
Well, personally, I'm very happy. I have more choice.
A lot of choice.
A lot of choice. But, and it's going to be quite interesting. In fact, my wife asked me, Nigel, which one are you going to buy? So I said, maybe I'll think of one of them. But she said, will you be selling the Enfield? I said, no. So, that's the kind of recall or callback that Royal Enfield has. So, it'll be quite interesting. But let's focus on a couple of data points out here. Well, let's focus first on, the big theme. Will the challengers be successful this time around? Remember, the Royal Enfield has been very, very successful in the past. But this time around, there's a challenge coming up for them. In terms of market capitalization loss, well, you have Hero Motors that lost close to 10,000 crores of market cap. And the other two, they gain considerably. Well, just to break up the market for you first, the total market size is close to around 1.6 crore, in the two-wheeler space. And out of the total 1.6 crore, 65% are motorbike. Now, out of that 65%, 8% is accounted for in the 250cc plus, and that's the segment that's now seeing heightened competition. Well, moving on if you're looking at a couple of more data points, in the last year itself, that's FY23, you have close to around 834,000 units that were sold. Now, out of that, Royal Enfield, they have the dominant share, 88% of the market out there. Now, here comes the challenge, because the pricing was announced in the past week, and you're getting two beautiful bikes, the Triumph Speed 400 as well as the Harley X440. Well, they were priced, and they were priced very, very attractively. You're talking about a good product coming in at a very, very good price. And who does it put pressure on? Well, three big bikes that come in from the Royal Enfield. That's the Classic, the Meteor, as well as the Himalayan. All of them in that range of around 350 to around 411cc. And the problem is these new bikes are only at a 10% premium to the Royal Enfield. Now, will the Royal Enfield be under pressure? And what are the four big factors that we're looking at? One is the three big brands that we just pointed out for. They account for 55% of its total sales in the past fiscal year. Now, the market share that they hold is close to around 90%. That could come under threat. Kotak, well, they came out of the know, they believe that the market share comes down to around 75%. The pricing, well, the pricing has been quite decent, but now will they have to cut prices to make sure that the product is competitive? That's point number one. And the gross margins they enjoy is close to around 43%, which is 75,000 rupees per vehicle. So will both these two come under pressure? And finally, if someone is looking to upgrade their bike from the 350cc, well, you've got two very good options that are coming in from the Triumph as well as the Harley. So those are the factors that could play against Royal Enfield. What works for Bajaj as well as Hero Moto Corp? Well, they're getting an entry into the premium motorcycles business with a very, very formidable global partner. And also valuation-wise, well, things are in their favor. Remember, the Royal Enfield or the Hero Moto stock has traded a premium of mid-20s or even more. The 5-year average comes out for you. Now, post this correction, it trades at around 21 times. So that gap between the Hero Moto stock as well as Bajaj and Hero Moto Corp, that's narrowed a little bit. Some would say that Hero Motors now has come to a most attractive level you've seen in the last few years. So will it see some buying interest? But what do you track from here on? Ramp up of volumes are going to be very, very important on both these two new bikes. The introductory pricing is looking good, but will they have to hike prices at some point of time? And in turn, will that affect volume? So that's the other point that we're looking at. And finally, well, various brokerages believe they won't make too much of margins on the sales out here. So those are the top points out there. The big question is, will the challengers be successful this time? And will the Royal Enfield get knocked out? Time will tell.
Okay. I have booked mine.
Which